or Third Millennium, was an electric car that the company revealed in 2017, and was the first design that resulted from a multi-year partnership with the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Instead of using batteries, power is provided from a high-capacity supercapacitor, which are able to capture and release energy at the same time. Each of the wheels, which have an orange glow, have their own electric motor, which gives an incredible amount of control over the torque, and means it's a four-wheel drive vehicle. It also comes equipped with an autonomous driving system that's designed for use on racetracks. But the most impressive thing about it is within its chassis design. It's made fully from carbon fiber that has been fitted with a number of sensors and an onboard health monitoring system, which means that if any damage is detected, such as cracks or dents in the panels, the carbon nanotubes are actually able to repair them. DS-X E-Tense. If there's one thing you expect from a car design, it's that it'll be symmetrical. But the DS-X E-Tense throws that convention by the wayside with what looks like two halves of different models stuck together. The 1,360 brake horsepower machine is the company's impression of what vehicles will be like by 2035, and needless to say, they've gone all out. It's fully electric and autonomous, but on one side it's a roofless driver cockpit with a steering wheel and stunning instrument display, while the other side is the comfortable cocoon where you can sit and let the onboard computer deal with all the hard work. The futuristic materials it's made from will be able to repair themselves from minor knocks and scrapes. In a somewhat unnerving design choice, the floor of the passenger compartment is made of glass, so you'll be able to see the road as it speeds past below. One of the most ingenious inclusions is that of the lights. Rather than being singular bulbs like in the designs of today, the plan is for the car's body itself to be the light source, giving a much wider and adaptable beam that can be virtually any color. Number 8. BMW iVision Dynamics Concept. Premiering at Frankfurt's Auto Show in 2017, the BMW iVision Dynamics Concept was designed to show what the company envisaged for its new range of vehicles they plan to begin selling in 2021. The futuristic aesthetics are inspired by concept vehicles of theirs from previous years, although they admit that some of what they call the flamboyant touches will be toned down for the full release. It's fully electric powered, taking advantage of recent developments in battery technology. And with a top speed of 120 miles per hour and a range of 372 miles on a single charge, it's perfectly feasible proposition for day-to-day use. It's at the core of BMW's plans to offer virtually a full range of electric vehicles by 2025. And with looks like this, customers surely won't need much convincing to get on board. Number 7. Audi AI Trail. In 2019, Audi announced its vehicle, the AI Trail, an off-road concept that they believe will be available as soon as 2030. Rather than owning a car for multiple uses, they envision us ordering a vehicle for the activity that we're about to go and do. So this is a pure SUV through and through. There are 4 electric motors, one on each wheelbase, which gives it 4-wheel drive capability, and it has a top speed of 81 miles per hour on roads, with a range of 155 miles off-road. The windshield gives an incredibly wide viewing range, which even allows you to see the tires. There's also plenty of room inside because it's fully controlled from your phone. So without any displays around the interior, the space they usually take up can be used for storage. Tire pressure can be adjusted while on the move, depending on the terrain, but this vehicle really comes into its own at night. You may have noticed there are no headlights, but this is because they're installed on 2 autonomous drones which will fly ahead and light the way for you. Number 6. Citroën 1919. Space-age Citroën 1919 truly is a vehicle of the future, where comfort has taken a priority over every other element. It's intended to be just as useful across long distances as these short ones, and is fully autonomous thanks to the installation of LiDAR pods on the rear of the roof. The large doors open to a roomy cabin, and instead of an instrument display, all the information is shown on a heads-up display. This removes virtually all the switches and buttons that you'd normally see inside, and creates a more restful environment. In automatic mode, there isn't even a steering wheel or pedals, but when a driver wants to steer for themselves, the pedals lower into position, and the steering wheel unfolds almost like a periscope. While the concept version doesn't currently have an AI capable of driving it, the electric vehicle is operational with a human at the controls, and by all accounts, it's in equal measure surreal as it is great fun. Number 5. Toyota LQ. The principle behind the design of the Toyota LQ is that drivers and their vehicles don't have a close enough bond with one another. So by the inclusion of a state-of-the-art advanced AI called UE, this car will become one of your best friends. It's fully electric and has an SAE Level 4 automated driving system, which means no human involvement is required, and so cabin comfort is the main focus. Passengers are being constantly monitored, and the AI will adjust the temperature based on the driver's mood and state of alertness, and will further attempt to engage the driver emotionally to keep them happy during their journey. Virtually every control inside the vehicle will be voice-activated, even so far as to adjust the lighting levels and release calming scents into the air. And the AI will also choose its own musical playlist to evoke the emotions it thinks the driver will most benefit from. Lights in the footwell will be used to show whether the car is in autonomous driving mode or is being controlled manually, and a heads-up display will be projected into the windshield to prevent driver eye movement, while providing them with all the information they require when they're in control. If the thought of turning over so much to the choices of an AI doesn't quite appeal to you, there's one good piece of news. It's unlikely that anything to this level will be possible for at least another decade, by which time it'll become so prevalent that we'll already have become accustomed to it. Number 4. Terrafugia TFX. If you're looking for what the cars of the future are going to be like, then the Terrafugia TFX is one design that we can't see soon enough. Developed by the Boston-based design company, it's immediately clear that this concept vehicle is more than it initially seems. With space inside for 3 people, this autonomous vehicle is partially electric, with 2 600 brake horsepower motors and a 33 brake horsepower fuel engine. Its top speed on the road, or its range, hasn't been announced yet by the company, but that's because they've focused on its standout ability, the fact that it can fly too. The retractable wings fold out, and the combination of propellers that are attached to them and a ducted fan at the rear mean it's able to perform vertical takeoffs and landing. Flights are completely autonomous, with the onboard computer steering towards the designated landing zone in accordance with safety features designed to avoid controlled airspace. It has a top speed of 200 miles per hour and a range of 500 miles, meaning it'll be ideal for all but the longest of journeys. Terrafugia fully intended to turn this concept into a reality, with a starting price of $300,000, which makes it surprisingly affordable. Number 3. Genesis Essentia. Cars aren't simply a means of getting from one place to another, and with the Essentia, Genesis, the luxury arm of Hyundai, have developed something that will get you there in style, while having a great deal of fun in the process. It's a 2x2 all-electric GT which has a double bubble-style canopy and stunning curvaceous lines. The fully carbon fiber body has all of the battery technology fitted into the central spine, which allows the seat to be positioned much lower than in any other vehicle. By using multiple electric motors and high-density batteries, the plan is for it to be able to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds. And the gloriously aerodynamic contours surely mean it'll be able to reach top speeds far in excess of this. A fingerprint sensor and facial recognition system recognizes when the owner of the car is approaching, which opens the butterfly doors that lift up along with part of the roof. And it's also able to communicate with home-based systems, so it can automatically turn on when you leave the front door of your house, turn on the heating at home when you start to drive in that direction, or even offer the trunk as a storage place for deliveries if you're not in when they arrive. They really have packed as much technology under the hood as possible, which means that driving a vehicle like this will be a true joy. Number 2. Renault EasyGo. Renault revealed their electronic taxi concept, the EasyGo, in 2018, which is designed to exist in a future where car ownership is a thing of the past, and we simply order one when we need to travel. Fully autonomous, they have a maximum speed of 31 miles per hour because of the single electric motor on the rear axle, but has 4-wheel steering to allow it to easily traverse the demands of urban environments. The glass side panel opens up to gain access to the interior, which has space for 6 passengers, arranged in a U-shape looking towards the side. The roof opens up from the front to provide storage space, and an extendable ramp will automatically reach out to the curb to ensure ease of entry. The EasyGo was deliberately designed to look very different from traditional Renault vehicles, and they hope a production version may be available as soon as 2030. Number 1. Mercedes-Benz Vision AVTR. If you want to see the most futuristic and most alien-like concept car in the world, then look no further, because the Mercedes-Benz Vision AVTR looks like it's been delivered directly from Pandora. Unsurprisingly, it was developed in conjunction with the design team behind Avatar, and it was the clear star of the show at the CES in Las Vegas in early 2020. It incorporates an organic design and uses materials that make far better use of heat that's being generated from the electric motors, and even a hologram-based human-machine interface. Adaptable aerodynamics are introduced here for the first time in the form of individual bionic flaps that look like reptile scales and can be deployed to adjust the air flowing over the vehicle in response to changing conditions. Round tires are a thing of the past, replaced with spherical versions which give increased maneuverability and are less impactful on their surroundings, as well as being able to twist up by 30 degrees, which means the car can move sideways in a crab-like movement. This car will speak to you to find out where you want to go, and after giving it your instructions, all you'll need to do is sit back in comfort and let it do all the rest. With an interior based upon flowing shapes of waves and flowers, this looks to be the most comfortable, efficient, and enjoyable ride to ever be created.